Hi, this is Madame Tarot, and I am here to do the sign of Aries mid-May, the 15th through the end of May reading. And mix up the tea leaf cards for Aries for love. This is going to be a pyramid style reading. All of the cards that I'm using today have been smudged, meditated, and prayed with. So you can see at the top, it's a pyramid. I'm using the tea leaf cards today. And the top here is for the energy that's going on in the first 2 days, first 2 weeks, or first 2 months. And then it goes down to 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, and then 4 days, 4 days to a month here. So it's a pyramid. So I'm going to flip over the first cards. We have teardrops and we have wind chimes. And I'm not going to talk about all of the cards until all of them are turned over. This came out when I was shuffling all the cards earlier for the sign of Aries. All right, so at the top of the pyramid, we're dealing with love, and we have great personal sorrow with the teardrops. We have the wind chimes, which is peace and harmony. We have the flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. And then we have clouds, but we have sun behind the clouds, temporary problems. That's pretty good. We have pineapple, which is reconciliation. We have the hat, which is you will be playing a different role. Then you have a bird perched, waiting for news, package, or a letter, and hard work ahead with the table, and seahorse has to do with family matters. So just give me a minute. I'm going to take it all in, look at the cards, and let you know what I think. So in the first 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months, I get with the teardrops that there'll be sorrow, either a loss of a relationship, a loss of, it could be anything, because when you're working with this type of an energy, and all energies, this is a wide spectrum, so it could affect, this is for love, but it could affect other things like your job, your home life, or your relationship as far as feelings and energy. So you have great personal sorrow and the peace and harmony with the wind chimes, which is really good. So what this is saying to me is that with any personal sorrow that you're having here, there's going to be peace and harmony in the end. So at first, things seem hopeless or upsetting, but then in the end, you're going to find peace and harmony through the great personal sorrow that you are suffering. Or it could just be from happiness. I mean, tears sometimes it could be for something happy. It's not always just over sorrow. I mean, this card is saying that, but when you start looking at all the other cards around it, this doesn't really give me super bad vibes. I'm not picking up on anything that's really negative, because down here you have don't attempt to Don't be tempted to lower your standards, meaning don't take no for an answer. Don't feel like you're put on the spot and that you have to make decisions to make other people happy. Go within and do what you know is good for you and not what's good for other people, whether they like that or not. It's your decision, your life. And over here, like I said, temporary problems. You have the sun and you have the clouds. So that's why I'm feeling like this all up here, this great personal sorrow to me, it doesn't necessarily mean it's death, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's a horrendous situation, because when you follow down with the rest of the energies here, you have something that's temporary, something that could be worked through very easily, because then you have over here, you have the pineapple. The pineapple, reconciliation. You're going to reconcile with someone or about something. It could be anything, but maybe love. Maybe you had to lose someone in a relationship in order to realize that they brought you peace and harmony, but yet you don't want to lower your standards. So when I'm doing readings, if it doesn't resonate, well, let it go. It's not meant for you. Take the pieces that do resonate. If they do, they do. So here with the reconciliation card and the pineapple, that's a good thing. You're reconciling. And over here, you have the sun and you have the hat. You will be playing a different role. So maybe possibly in a relationship that you're in right now, maybe there's been a lot of arguing, a lot of fighting, and this could be with a family member because it's love. It doesn't always have to be a romance. It could be a loved one that maybe you're arguing with, or even a child. This is love, so it could be anyone in your family that you have love for, not necessarily romance. So when you see the hat here, maybe it's time for you to take a step back and just listen maybe to what's going on around you and take a little step back and not maybe be the aggressor, or it could be the opposite way. Maybe you need to be more aggressive and let people know how you feel. Maybe that's what it means by taking the different role. It could be switched. You could switch any of these energies around with the readings. They can mean have a bunch of different meanings in your life. It may not be you. It could be the person that you're dealing with in your family, your children, or a loved one. And over here, you're waiting for a message, news, a package, something. It could be something that you've been waiting for a while. Maybe an email. Doesn't necessarily have to be a package or a letter. It could be an email or a text. It could be a text that you're waiting for. It doesn't look like it's anything negative. It looks like, hey, I'm waiting for you're going to reconcile. Maybe you reconciled with someone, you're waiting for their response. Maybe you texted them, maybe you emailed them, and you're just waiting to talk it out. You have over here, hard work ahead. Hard work ahead. And then you have the seahorse, which is family matters. So this is definitely a reading to me that's very hopeful. I don't feel a lot of negativity here. I feel like, yes, there is a discrepancy or an argument, and it could definitely be not so much romantic, but maybe just within the family. So you just really need to take a step back, play a different part, and it's a temporary problem. Something that you just need to take a step back from, look at, rethink things, either be a little bit more aggressive or letting people know this is how I feel, or taking a step back and letting that person explain how they feel or what's going on, whether it's your child, whether it's your sibling, anything. It could be anything, someone at work that you really care about, that's a mentor to you, anything. It could pertain to, there's a lot of possibilities, but the thing here in the end, family matters. So to me, this really seems like a close personal situation, not so much a romance, but more towards a family situation or problem that you need to really work on. But I think that in the end, I think it's going to bring you peace and harmony. and everything's gonna be more positive. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually using a deck, and this is, it's the Empathic Oracle. So I'm gonna pull an Oracle card and then an Angel, the Archangel Oracle deck. So I'm gonna pull card Aries, and we have clearing, number 15, clearing. So to me, with this, it's definitely a feather here. Clearing. It reminds me of when I'm smudging, and when I use the smudge, and I actually have a lot of feathers that I use to clear the air when I'm smudging before I do a reading. And this reminds me a lot of smudging, clearing the air, getting some messages across, taking this problem and working with the person or your family or a sibling or a child, taking it head on and clearing the space, giving it another chance, regrouping. And you see the colors of blue. So you have a lot of calming vibes going on. So not only are you clearing, but you're clearing energy, air. So I think that's quite interesting as far as the Oracle card. And then I'm going to pull Oracle Angel card. What message do you have for the sign of Aries? What advice do you have for the sign of Aries? See, you have brilliant idea. Archangel Uriel. Yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. So this tells me, when you look at that, I think you're going to come up with a wonderful idea that's going to bring everybody involved in the situation on the same page. You're going to clear the air. Maybe there was a misunderstanding, and maybe you just need to step up and take it down a notch, and everyone needs to sit down and discuss it. But this, to me, right here, is a very positive reading. So this is going to conclude my reading for Aries, Love and Light. Thank you.